You like how as soon as you achieve one thing, there's something more you want? And you are especially enjoying that interim between wanting it and getting it? That's the best part, yes. That's not really a trick question, because we don't need to trick you to feel the contradiction in your vibration. But we want you to understand that what you wanted most of all when you made the decision to come forth into this time-space reality was that feeling of desire calling you forward. And when you remember that, when you, from your physical format, remember that, then that discomfort goes away, because it takes all question about whether you will achieve it or not away. Because, of course, you know you will achieve it. It's not a matter of if. It's only a matter of when. And when is only about how much time it takes you to get into alignment with what it is you are wanting. But we give those words to you not to beat you up with them, because we're not saying if you want it and you believe it, it will be, therefore you should get right on with the believing part of it, because we understand that your beliefs have come about gradually, that you have been assimilating life around you, that you've picked up on the habits of thought of those who you've been born to and those that you are interacting with. And so we know that you have been an offerer of thought and therefore an offerer of vibration, and that law of attraction has been responding to your vibration. And so you have proven to yourself many things. You've proven factually, evidentially, things about things you really want and appreciate. You've also proven things about things you do not want. And so you are surrounded with the conditions and evidence and facts of your vibrational offering. And that's where your beliefs have come from. Some people will say, don't tell me that that is not true, because I've proven it in my own life. And we say, we know you have, because law of attraction is a very powerful thing, and it always responds to the vibration of your being. And so those things that you have predominantly given thought to, whether you thought them up on your own by being out there in the desert all alone and just observing your own experience and coming to those conclusions, or whether you have been surrounded by others who already had proven those things to themselves. There are a lot of people who've proven the fact of cancer before you even got here. There are a lot of people who've proven the fact of poverty before you even got here. Just as there are people who've proven the fact of clarity and abundance and well-being and thriving. And so, as you look into your environment and you are exploring the conditions that surround you, and you are objectively observing those conditions, if you're like most people, you've activated a whole lot of things in your vibration. Many of those things you want, and many of those things you do not want. We have come forth, as we have promised you that we would, to remind you that you are the creator of your experience, and that you live in a universe that is attraction-based, and that the attraction is responding to the vibration of your being, and that the vibration of your being is because of the thoughts that you think. And while the majority of you think the thoughts that you think in response to what you are observing, there are other ways. There are advantages to thinking thoughts in response to what you are observing, because there are many wonderful things for you to observe. But if you are one who observes just because it's there to observe it, then you are creating by default a good deal of the time, because you're observing things you clearly do not want. You're activating those things in your vibration. The more you do that, the more they come to you, and the more they come to you, the more you believe them, and the more you believe them, the more active your vibration is, and the more active your vibration is, the more they come to you. And then you ask questions like, am I not worthy? Was I bad in a past life? Was I born in the wrong religion or to the wrong people? And we say, no. You're just thinking about things you don't want to experience long enough that you're activating them in your vibration long enough that law of attraction is responding to them and giving them to you. It's just purely and simply a response to your vibrational offering. So you don't have to just observe and offer, as most people do, the majority of your vibration in response to what you're observing. Things move forward very slowly under those conditions. You observe what is, you offer a vibration of what is, and you get more of what is. And you complain about what is, and you don't like what is, and you worry about what is, and you offer a vibration of what is, and you get more of what is, and then you complain more about what is, and then you offer more of a vibration about what is, and then you say, am I not worthy? And then you complain about what is, and then you observe what is, and then you get more of what is, and then you say, somebody should do something about this. And we say, that somebody must be you, because nobody can offer the vibration for you. Nobody can be your point of attraction. Oh, they can influence it. They can be something so powerfully and be so close to you that you cannot help but see them. They can entice you into their groups where they talk about it. You can order the newsletters online that talk about it. You can attract the information to you and therefore activate within you many things, wanted and unwanted. We are just here to remind you that whatever it is you are giving your attention to, law of attraction is bringing it to you. And you can actually tell by the way you feel how big it is and how close it is. The stronger your emotion, the more powerful your creation is. And the closer you are to manifestation of it. So, we like telling you the big story. We like you to get a fuller sense of the non-physical energy that is really you. We want you to realize that you are source energy here in this physical body. And that as that source energy, before you came forth into this physical body, you were a deliberate director of your thoughts. You thought only of what is wanted and never of the lack of what is wanted. You, from your non-physical perspective, are a projector of pure, positive, emotional thought. Then as you come forth into this physical body, you are an extension of that. Now we really, really, really want you to hear that word, that you are an extension of that. Because when you recognize that you are an extension of that, then you realize that part of that vibration is always within you, no matter what you're doing in terms of your focus here in your physical personality. There is an underlying dominant current of pure positive energy that is the absolute eternal essence of that which you are. But that non-physical part of you thought it would be a good idea for you to bring your ego, your personality, your point of attention, your perspective into this leading edge time-space reality where you could come to even further leading edge conclusions about what would be good in living life. This physical time-space reality is the leading edge of that which is source energy. Source energy is the basis of that which this is. But you, in your physical personality, are the leading edge of that which source is. So together, the pure positive source energy you, and the out here on the leading edge, not the bleeding edge, leading edge human, here you are, and you can feel that mix of vibrations at all times if you will pay attention to it. We want you to get a keen sense of the flow that is really the flow that is really that which you are. In other words, this non-physical energy flow of pure positive energy is the dominant flow that is within you. If you were to take your canoe down to the edge of the river, a fast-moving river, you've got your oars in the canoe and you set your canoe into the water. If you are like most humans, the first thing you'll do is turn that canoe upstream and begin paddling very hard in your quest for a perfect life, one of virtue. And we would say to you, friend, turn your canoe with the current. And most would say, oh, Abraham, that just seems lazy. And we say, but how long can you keep this up? And you say, I don't know, but I'm willing to try to find out. And then, if we were to listen to you longer, you would go on to explain that you come from a long line of those who paddle upstream. It's just what our family does. And then you would go on to explain that you live in a society where that's seen as valuable. That those who work the hardest are those who get monuments left in their name. They make books about those people. The harder the struggle, the more popular the book, you explain to us. And we say, but how long can you keep that up? And the reason that we're wanting you to get a sense of this current that is flowing is because if you will pay attention to that current that is flowing, you will begin to then understand the current of that which is source and the current of that which is the dominant vibration which is within you. In other words, when you go with that flow, it's like going downstream. And when you will go against that flow, it's like going upstream. And it is the hard work that you describe in your physicalness of paddling upstream that is that which we are calling energy resistance. In other words, it's not letting you from your physical format be that which you really are. For example, when you're going with the flow, you love yourself. When you're going against the current, you're mad at yourself. You're seeing yourself as inappropriate or someone else. When you go with the flow, you're clear-minded. When you're not, you're confused. When you go with the flow, health is what your physical body is about. When you're pushing against that flow, in time, your body shows the evidence of that resistance. In every moment, especially as you begin paying attention to it, you can feel if you're going with that current or flow. Now, we want you to understand this flow in the fullest sense of the word, because it was flowing before you were born into this body, this pure positive energy stream of abundance and well-being and clarity and love and appreciation of life. And it was from that attitude that you came forth into this physical body. So you come into this physical body, and as you are now moving about, there is variety or contrast that surrounds you. And in all of that variety or contrast, just like you knew it would be, you are stimulated to your own preferences of what you prefer. When someone's rude to you, you prefer that they be nicer. When you're rude, you prefer that you be nicer. When you're sick, you want to be well. When you don't have enough money, you want more money. In other words, the variety or contrast is constantly causing a sharpening of focus within you. And this is the part that so many of you are not remembering, that we so much want you to remember. That source energy that was you and is you before expressing itself into your physical body is still dominantly vibrating within you. So when your life causes you to ask for something beyond what you have right now, source energy goes into immediate vibrational agreement with that. That's why we can write a book and be accurate about it when we say, when you ask, it is given. And we would like to take that even further. Not only when you ask, is it given, but when you ask, the larger part of you vibrationally becomes that which you are asking for. Can you hear that? You can't ask a question without source immediately going directly to the answer and offering the vibration of it fully. You cannot bang around with not enough money and ask for more without source energy going to more. And that non-physical part of you, that stream of you that is the flow of you, not only is aware of the contrast that gives birth to the desire, but then fully becomes the vibrational, if you will, embodiment, if you will, of your desire. So the larger part of you has instantaneously achieved the answer to your question, the solution to your problem, or the answer to your desire in the moment that you give birth to it. You, in your physical format, are causing source to become, just like source knew would happen, more. And source is so sure that no one could know more clearly than you what is best for you. No one could more accurately define the leading edge of your experience than you. And so source, even if you are a one-celled organism, source is allowing you to have exposure to the experience and is becoming the vibrational extension of that which your life has caused you to become. Oh, friends, that's flow. Now the question is, where are you standing right now in relationship to the flow that your life caused you to give birth to? And what we want you to realize is the way you feel is your indication of whether you have gone with that flow or whether you're holding yourself in some resistance to it. In the beginning of life causing you to ask for more, which source immediately becomes, it's natural for you to be a vibrational holdout in part because, after all, it's new to you. Life just caused you to ask for it, and source, in all of its wisdom and in all of its absence of resistance, became immediately one with that. The question is, where are you in vibrational relationship with that? Now, you have a guidance system that will let you know that. Magellan, in Jerry and Esther's vehicle, lets them know. They program in their desired destination, and then Magellan calculates the route from where they are to where they want to be. and gives them turn-by-turn descriptions, both verbally and visually. Your guidance system operates on the same premise. Where do I want to be in relationship with where I am?